Just imagine, in the whole day, um, if you have, let us say, 50 to 100 um, 2-month old chicks, each one of them would need at one time during the day uh, to drink water. And I know a lot of, oh, say, no, they don't need too much water like this and that. Believe me, just like us, those chicks needs water properly. They need it anytime. Once, to regulate their body temperature. Second, to help digest um, their feeds, and so on. I could think of a lot of um, reasons. And once that small 5 gallon, it's just, maybe around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, either it would fail down and all the water is gone, or all the hens, the game fowls, or your chicks um, consumed all this water inside. So that means your uh, farm hands would need to refill that uh, 5 gallon. And you know, when your farm is a big one, and in fact, in my case, I don't think my the guys at home is every hour would check if our chicks has water. You need to really check it out. But once you're just paying for another guy, uh, he would try to cut things down too, cut his work as well. Um, but how about if we just have, instead of his work, instead of giving the fowl enough water, just wait that, oh, my boss isn't around. I'll just put another gallon of water later on. How about if instead of him getting water in a gallon back and forth, why don't you just help him uh, with with a with with a container bigger than a gallon? Now, the one that I saw in um, YouTube and the internet, that I found it very useful. In fact, you could automate it, but you will have to spend a little bit of money on this one. Not so much actually, because our cap is actually around 20. The one that um, you would buy in poultry supply back home in the there in the Philippines, um, is around 24. That box plastic that you had to hang in the cage, or maybe the one that had the beca, or the ceramic pot, like a pot that you put the feed and the water in it. You'd be buying it by 25 bucks to 30 bucks per piece, depending whether it's plastic, it's a rubber, or a ceramic, or yeah. So the one that I'm sharing it to you is this one. You see, you could easily, here in Canada, I could easily buy this one in Amazon. Um, this would cost you, without taxes yet, before taxes, 32 bucks for, I believe, 6 or 12. So this, if we will convert this to the Philippine peso, this would be 120, 125 per piece. Now, how does this work? You say this one, this cap would actually move. See? Okay. This is now, this works like you have to install this to a container, and Once you fill up the container with water, this would sag, and then it has water here. Once it has water, it would just stay there, and then your fowl will drink from it. Therefore, because it has a spring, once it has no more water, it would automatically rise up. Once it rises up, it would activate a bulb here that the water could flow. Instead of when we usually see in a float bulb, when this rises, it closes the water. In this case, it doesn't close the water. It it makes the water flow once it rise up, and then once it's a little bit heavier with water, the valve will close. That means the weight of the water is the one that closes the valve. In a float bulb, you would see the water pushes the bulb up, but here it pushes the bulb is in the bottom portion. So once it is installed, it closes the bulb. There are several ways, several different types of container that you could use. Actually, you could install this in a barrel. You could install this in a pail. In my case, I'm using a pail. I bought here in Canada this Canadian Tire pail. Okay. Now, in order to install this one, you need to have a drill bit. The 3-inch drill bit. You need this pintle pin, as well as a roller. You need to, in my case, I already measured this one. If you notice here at the bottom, I already measured it. It is proportion and different of section where I'm going to install this one. In my case, I'm putting eight cups for this gallon. Just imagine this one. With this container, just imagine this one. How many chicks? This one, I believe this is a 5-gallon container. So that means it cuts down 5 times your guy is replacing water. Instead of buying that small one, you just buy this one and install this one. Or maybe just like here in the instruction, you could use a barrel. See, they're using a 200-gallon barrel. They're using a 200-liter barrel. So just imagine that the whole day you don't have to put again another water. You just have to put it in a shaded area, and the chicks knows where to go there and drink from it. Actually, there is also another way, just like your feed through. The feed through, there's also a water through with a float bulb on it, but I don't like that one, because just like that 1 gallon container that most of us are using right now, sitting in the ground, every time they pick up food and then drink from it, and then their food goes also in that through, it contaminates the whole water. Here, it minimizes the contamination. This is just for demonstration purposes, because most of you already knew how to use a hand drill and so on. So first, I'm using a small drill bit first, so that I could easily drill the bigger hole. So the drill bit with a 3/8, 3/8. This one here. It's a 3/8 inch. Oh, it's just sufficient here. It, this is good only up to 3/8 inch. This bit. Done. Oops. Now let us install this one. See, just imagine you don't have to, but actually there's also just to make sure that it won't be leaking. Actually here we had a what we call pipe treat dupe, which is equivalent to this is equivalent to PVC cement back there in the Philippines. So but we don't have to put it there. So here, just clean it up, remove the extra. You already had a washer here. See this one here, water stopper. You just have to put it there. See, you don't have to tighten it so much. See, it's already very secure. And the method, this one, you have to, you know, a hollow blocks. You just have to put this at the top of the hollow blocks. Okay. We'll put the nut here. There. See, it is secured, and I just put small water inside so that you could see how it will fill up the cup. You see? It slowly fills up the cup. Then it stops because it has already water. If you want to further automate your operation for efficiency, you could put a float valve here at the top and hook it to a hose bib or to your garden hose. So I was thinking about that, so I bought this float valve. You can install it here inside and your hose here. Unfortunately, when I went to Canadian Tire for the whole saw with the size of this one, this is at 3/4 inch diameter hole saw that I need for this one. They don't have the size for this, so I wasn't able to buy the hole saw so that I could drill a hole here and show it to you how to install this one here and hook up the garden hose. Even if your hose bib is open and your garden hose, because of the float valve, this won't overflow. The float valve controls it, just like in your flush tank and your toilet bowl. this works the same way. Same thing with here in the in our cup. Once it closes the valve, you don't have any water spill. This one, when you see in my case, I'm not thinking about, I have a lot of people to work in the yard. That's why I'm talking about efficiency, so that you could minimize. At the same time, um, this also helps you instead of wearing out your guys. You could they could do another thing if you automate, instead of just doing one thing here and there, putting water. Then they could do more. So that means efficiency, overall efficiency in the yard. And this cup, you could also put this one in your cages. And I just don't have um, all the parts, like the tubes, the hose, but the T, I'll show you. There are T's that you could hook up to the PVC pipes and run it either in either vertical inside your cages, and put one of this one just for water. Because um, for the feeds you need to remove the extra after, especially in the afternoon after 5. See, you could install a T, this T. This is very specific for this one. I forget how much the set of the T. 6 pieces, I believe, is I think 16 bucks or 12. So that means each one of the T cost you around 75 to 80 pesos. So once you have this T, okay, you hook it up in the side of your cages. You cover this one with a stopper or with a PVC stop. Your PVC pipe runs at the top, then goes to, let us say you had like this one also with a float valve. Then there you are. You don't need to put any water every morning. You just have to test this one in the morning, open and close this one. Or if it has water, then just you could turn this around and then check if it is flowing properly, and that's it. I hope this helps you, but definitely in my case, this would help a lot in our backyard. We have a backyard, and there are only 2 to 3 person there. In fact, they are not even full time, because they also are working somewhere. But we were able to operate properly. So I hope this helps, guys. And good luck for breeding.